Hello and welcome to my tutorial on how to graph rational functions. To start this off, we're going to have an example here of 4 over x plus 3 minus 2. Now, before I get into a rational function, the graph kind of looks a little like that and that. It's like two lines that get really close to each other and then go away forever. It'll make more sense when I make the graph for this. So, first you're going to have to make a table. Or actually first you take the x plus 3 and you solve that so x equals negative 3. So that way you know that the vertical asymptote is right here at negative 3. So then you make a table. Or wait, no, first you look at the negative 2 and say, okay, that's going to subtract us 2, so we're going to go put a dotted line at negative 2. And now we make our table. So we look at the numbers that are right by negative 3, like negative 4, negative 5, negative 6, negative 2, negative 1, and 0. We look at the 3 away from the asymptote. So I'm going to start out with negative 2. So negative 2 times, so we would just plug it into the equation. Negative 2 plus 3 is 1. 4 over 1 is 4, minus 2 is 2. Now we're going to do negative 1. Negative 1 plus 3 is 2. 4 over 2 is 2. Minus 2 is 0. 0 plus 3 equals 3, and 4 over 3 is 1 and 1/3. And then we subtract that, so that would be negative 2/3. And then we move on to negative 4 and all that. Negative 4 plus 3 is negative 1. Negative 1 over 4 is negative 4. So it would be negative 6. I'm going to move on over here. So then negative 5 plus 3 is negative 2. So it would be negative 2 minus 2 is negative 4. And then we move on to negative 6. Negative 6 plus 3 is negative 3. So that would be negative 1 and 1/3. And then that would be negative 3 and 1/3. So now we just plot the points on the graph. So we erase this. No, sorry. I'll just stay right there. So we plot the graph. So we go negative 2 and 2, right there. Negative 1 and 0, right there. And 0 and negative 2/3. So it'd be right about. Oh, I'm sorry. Put in the wrong spot. It's supposed to be right there. And there. So it looks like that. And then we move on to negative 4. So negative 4 would be negative 6. Right there. And then negative 5 and negative 4. And then negative 3 and 1/3. And plot it. That's not that. It is a little sloppy, but you can see that the lines get kind of close to each other and then they go the opposite directions. So I'm going to show an easier example on the next slide. So on this slide we have a much easier one. We don't have the plus 2 to bother us. So again, the vertical asymptote is 3. So, or negative 3. And then now we can just jump straight to our graph, our table. So we can do -2, -1, and 0, -4, -5, -6. So -2 plus 3 is 1, 1, and then so that would equal 2. -1 plus 3 is 2, 2 over 2 is 1, and then 0, 3, so that would be 2/3. So here's the interesting part about not having that +2 in the way, is that it's going to look exactly like 2, 1, and 2/3, except it's going to be negative. I'll show you. So -4 plus 3 is -1, so it'd be -2. -5 plus 3 is -2, so that'd equal -1. And then -6 plus 3 is -3, so that'd be -2/3. Now we just put the graph again, and then so -2 and 2, -1 and 1, and 0 and 2/3. Now I forgot to mention, if there isn't that +2, this right here is basically the line that you can't cross. So that's always nice to know. So -4 and -2, -5 and 1, and then -6 and 2/3. Plot graph. Basically, that's all for the video. Hope you enjoyed. If you have any questions or comments, just let me know.